one of our favorite radio talk show hosts, in fact, my personal favorite, based here in Los Angeles. We love to have him drop by every so often for a reality check. His book is called Think a Second Time. It's still in the bookstores. Welcome back, my friend, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Let me ask you here, because you are a man that I'm told that is educated to be that close to being rabbinical, correct?
That's right.
All right. And I've heard you talk often on the radio about your concept of the deity of God and how he relates to us as his children. What about what Carlin said and what I said about these people who claim that they talk to God more often than we do, and that God tells them how we should behave and what's right and wrong for us?
Well, the truth of the matter is, it's not my cup of tea, but if nobody ever had any revelation from God, we wouldn't know thou shalt not murder.
Of course.
So it's like everything else. For the great handful, you have to tolerate the nonsense of much nonsense.
Okay, let me ask you a question. You know, I grew up a Catholic kid, you grew up a Jewish kid, right?
Right.
When we were little kids, we couldn't figure out why if you had a hamburger on Friday, you went to hell the same as Adolf Hitler. We said, you know, how could God, make hamburger and killing millions of people the same thing to be punished for?
I will now...
Was there anything in Judaism where you kids said...
Absolutely, absolutely. And boy, you don't know what you've just hit, and because this was so important to me.
Track, wall, gone.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Here I had this very religious upbringing, and I was engaging in what is called premarital sex.
Yes, sir.
And I took my religion seriously, even at that time.
Yes, sir.
And I said, Dennis, what's going on here? And then something hit me. There is a major difference between the holy and the moral. And religion has blurred that distinction. Premarital sex is unholy, but if the two people agree to it, it's not immoral. And that's why,
why was it that we were so concerned about a hamburger on Friday? Where did we miss the boat?
I'll tell you.
I mean, here you're with some chick in the back seat of a car, and we're worried about going to McDonald's for a Big Mac.
Yes.
Man, did we not have our eye on the big picture or what?
I tell you,
no wonder you call us goyim for crying out loud. Jeez, how dumb can we get? Oh, my God.
If you're going to sin, the hell with a hamburger. I mean, my God, this is, that is nothing. There is no, the joy is not comparable.
Okay.
No, but I'm dead serious about that distinction. In fact, it's one of the chapters in my book where I had defended a candidate in this state, California, who had run for office, and it came out the last weekend he had attended a strip show. And so
Bruce Hershenson.
That's right.
Yeah.
And he's a beautiful human, and I'm quite close with him. And somebody wrote to me, a devout Christian wrote to me, Dennis, you came out for him, you vouched for his character, and now it comes out that he went to a strip show. How could you vouch for his character? And I said, what does one have to do with the other? He is one of the most honorable human beings in the world. Is a strip show holy? No. Is it unethical? No. And there's a difference between ethics and holiness. If my rabbi were found at a strip show, that would be different. But he wasn't running for rabbi. He was running for senator. No, this is a very important distinction. Americans are electing leaders because they're so secular. Their new religious leadership is politicians. I expect nothing holy from politicians.
Right.
Nothing.
Right.
Okay. Bye. That's that was it. Yeah.
Now, you weren't on the air today because the Dodger ball game was on the air on KABC Radio, which ends tomorrow. Not that I don't appreciate the Dodgers, but they should play at nights a week. And here you went when I'm driving around town in the afternoon trying to find normalcy in Los Angeles.
Yes.
Marlon Brando opened his big mouth on Larry King Live the other night.
Yeah.
What was going through his mind when he started talking about the Jews and how they control here we go again?
I don't know what was going on in his mind, but that always cracks me up, the Jews control Hollywood thing. You notice something, you never have the comment, and you know what else? Jews control cures for illnesses. I mean,
really?
I mean, why wouldn't somebody say that? I mean, the disproportion...
Is that a fact?
Well, no, of course it's not a fact, but the disproportion of Jews in medical research is as great as the disproportion in Hollywood.
Gotcha.
But you never get that line.
So
boy, those Jews, they just run polio cures. You don't get that. It's always the negative. It is so funny.
Yeah.
To me,
or bank, they control all the money.
Yeah, right, exactly, right. I figured it out. How many people, seriously, I'm going to ask you a question. How many people run Hollywood? Give me a number.
Oh, 1,000?
1,000. That's exactly what I. Okay. There are 6 million Jews in America. 1,000, let's say, Jews are in Hollywood. And certainly not all the people who are in Hollywood are Jewish. Let's just even say 1,000 of the 2,000 are Jewish, okay?
Okay.
That is 1 out of every 6,000 Jews. So to say the Jews run Hollywood, 5,999 Jews are going, me? Me? You mean Rabinowitz, who has the pickle store? He really runs Hollywood? I didn't know that.
But let me ask you a question. What would you say the Jewish population of Los Angeles is? 3%?
Yeah, percent, I don't know, but it's 500,000.
500,000 people.
Yeah.
Out of what, 13 million, 14 million?
Right.
How come on Yom Kippur...
Right, there's no traffic. I don't understand that either. It is a great
at least
riddle.
Christmas, we're in the majority,
I was once on a.
Wait, let me do a fast break. Don't lose the point, okay? No traffic,
no
okay?
problem.
We'll be right back with Dennis Prager. The book is called Think a Second Time, and we all should. We'll be right back after these messages. We were talking about...
I don't know.
Oh, don't give me I don't know.
I didn't remember.
No.
We talked
traffic.
Oh, why on Yom Kippur?
There's
why
no
on
traffic.
Yom Kippur, that's right. How could it be? There are only 500,000 Jews out of 13 million people, and half the Jews aren't observing it.
Right.
I have no answer. It is a theological riddle. Like the existence of evil with a beneficent God. Why is there so little traffic in L.A. on Yom Kippur?
That's right. And as they told us in the Baltimore Catechism, it is a mystery.
Mysterium tremendum, not just a mystery.
Big mystery.
Yes.
Huge mystery.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, listen, you were talking about, you just mentioned God allowing. Like, we lost Ron Brown and these people in this plane crash in Dubrovnik last week. How do people ever ask you, knowing that you are a man of religious teaching and background, how can God let all these tragedies happen? These people that got beat up by the cops, the Ron Brown plane crash. Why does God allow bad things to happen?
Well, I think the 1 second answer, which really is the answer to me, is God allows the world to run by its laws. And there is gravity, and if you lose propulsion in an airplane, you're going to crash. Imagine it the other way, that every error we made, God stopped so that no calamity could happen. Life would be pointless.
We would learn nothing.
It would be pointless. We would be tulips. We wouldn't be human. The beauty is that we're allowed to fall into ditches and fall on our face. It's our fault. I mean, that crash was caused by human error. God did not cause it to crash.
Let me ask you here about television. Have you given up on television? I know you tried a program, the Dennis Prager Show, and you found you had to compete against what we call TNA, eye candy, and that you're not that kind of a broadcaster.
Yeah.
And for that, the ratings did not come your way. Have you given up on television?
No. I believe that good TV will find its audience. I don't think it will find its audience in 3 months, which is what you're given if you start anew. I think that if you're given time, which probably means best to start with cable, and you build your audience. That's how I did it in radio. Who would ever think that a show on values, ethics, the meaning of life would become primetime radio in Southern California, of all places? It took me 14 years. Well, I mean, 10 years. But
I used to hear you at 7 o'clock at night,
That's
9,
right.
11 o'clock at night. You were all over the dial on that radio.
All over the dial. But the ratings just built and built. People do care about these issues, but they got to find you. So I haven't given up.
And you told me you've done some videos on character. Are these,
yes.
And these are videos for?
These are for schools, for businesses to purchase. We did one that was shown on PBS. In fact, O.J. Simpson was in it, so it was a very big thing. Just the week that he was arrested, PBS was about to show it, so we quickly took out the O.J. Simpson episode. It's to make good stuff humorous. Assimilable. Yeah. Okay.
All right, you're coming back soon, I promise. And you will have more than 8 minutes, I swear. I ran long tonight with...
No. And deservedly so. Hey, listen, I'm a regular here. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Yes, you are. Don't worry about it. Dennis Prager is the guest. The book is called Think a Second Time. It is still in the stalls. We'll be right back after these messages.